I bought the Windy Nation 400 watt kit to get started. This is my first adventure with solar other than the solar powered calculator everyone had. So this is going to be an adventure. The bars I'm going to be using and concreting into the ground are E-Track bars from the transportation industry. Making the cross members that the steel will be bolted to mount the solar panels. Right here, these were the original on top of the level. So that's the width of the level. That's the angle that this piece has to be cut out to. This piece has to be cut out too. But I want something to bolt through. So the width of the that's just wrong. It starts from the center and goes out. But it's 24. So right at the 21 mark. I'm just going to do it about 20 because it will be on the angle. Right there's where it has to be whacked off, and then all this has to be cut out to allow the bar to sit down in. That's what I mean. It doesn't take long to wear out the blade. There's no cutting edge left. So it's time for another blade. Once I get my 2 cuts made, down here right on the line, you see exactly what I'm talking about. All I did was lifted it up, and there it goes. Now I have to do the same thing on the other side, and those are shorter cuts. They should only be about a 1/2 to 3/4 inch long. Then we're ready to put the do the bolt together. Yep, here we are. There's the dirt I dug for the holes so I could concrete the mounts in. Mounts do look a little funky, but I think it'll be okay. They're 20.5 apart. That's what the solar panel array needs, is 20.5. 10-foot rails. So I'm going to go ahead and start it up. I've got more rails and bars so I can expand to those holes. But took a lot of cutting and blades to get these brackets made. So I think it'll hold up pretty good. This pole I'm taking a picture of right here was a mistake. I should have left the one flange like there and there. We've left everything loose. That way we can adjust it to the rack. The rack is a little out of kilter, but these bars are actually level and they're parallel, so that's basically what we need. It'll hold them. And what we've been doing, we've been putting the Z-bracket on one side of the panel, on the side to the right, no, on the side to the left. That way, when we bolt it on, we have to install the other Z panel, then put the panel on top. But this time, we'll be able to put it on the end. Shady under there. I'm so glad we concreted those in really well. This one I'm going to have to do from the ground because there's no way. The Z-bracket should have been a little wider. So what we're having to do is pry the panels apart and get the socket in to tighten it up. Might be just my mounting method, but just an observation. That's why we left all the other stuff loose. Making up all the other connections, I was able to use the solder, but the batteries are down. The soldering iron really isn't working, so these last two I'm just having to do by manual clip. If I have bad connections, then I'll have low power. It's starting to get late in the day. We were up half the night fooling with Amazon down in Georgia, delivering a load, so we kind of got a late start on this. Got all the panels up, so that's good. So there's the crimp. That wasn't a good crimp. If I can move it, it's not a good crimp. Really like to be putting solder on there, but don't have it. Here in a minute, we're going to be moving the battery packs Listen for the click. That clicked in good. So at least it's up in the socket far enough. There's our watertight connections. Mighty Max, 12 volt, 100 amp hour lithium. We had them fully charged the other day. We spent the night in the camper. 5 hours of TV, about 5 minutes of microwave, lights for the night. So they did their job. They were strong enough to solder 6 different connections. The last 2 connections, I didn't have enough juice in the batteries to activate I couldn't melt solder. So here's where the battery box is going.